Okay, so now in our header, we have what? We already said it, but I want to just make sure you understand. Up here, what do we have? 3 divs. Okay, so inside my header, I'm going to put in a div. Well, there's 3, but then this one is actually has 2. Okay? So then this last one, well, I'll wait for that for a second. Okay? So then in the main, we have a div that make the centering of the video better. Okay? So we're going to put in a div here. Okay, and then inside our header up here, what are we going to do? We're going to do some images. This might be his logo. Okay, so let's name this first one the logo. Then we're going to name the second one the category logo. Okay, so basically this is the category that we're in, the A-list secrets. Okay, if you notice, can't make it. Okay, so A-list secrets is the category that we're looking up. All right. And then the third one we're going to call extras. Okay, because we're going to put in a search bar and then some social media links.
When we name the div, should we put that name when we close it too?
No, you don't have to close the class name. So in the first div, so in this div, we actually have some extra divs, right? Oops. So we have a div that's search. And we have a div that's what? What do you think we might call that one?
Social.
Social or social media. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So inside our logo, we need to put a what to get an image in there? Source, but an image tag, source. Okay, and I have it in this file. And it's called the ID logo. Okay, you could just grab any picture for now if you're trying to code along with me. And then, like I said, I'll drop this in the module after class, so you can walk through it if you want. Okay, so source is what? IMG ID logo. I think it's a ping. We'll find out. There we go. All right. And then our category logo, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop in another image. And that is, forgot the name of it. Is A-List Secrets. And it's a ping also. Okay, so we're getting there, right? We got our two images. So in the search, we're going to put in, how do I do a search? Any ideas? Maybe you're on the right track. I need a form and then an input. Text. Okay. What did I do? Oh, close this. There we go. Okay, now we have our little text box for search. Okay. And then our social media is a little bit more complicated. Okay, so there's something out here called, let's see, where did it go? Free icon finder.com. Okay, you do not have to pay for it. All right, just so you know. Let's say we want to look up social media. Okay, so here's all the different icons for social media. Okay, and then if I want to look at the free ones, I just click on this button over here, and it gives me all the free ones that are available. Now, what you'd want to do is, if I chose this as my Facebook, the round, you'd want to find Twitter and YouTube with the same style. Okay, so let's go back to our design here. They're looking like some rounded corners, right? So we need to find something that looks similar to these. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, actually, and okay, where's Twitter? That one looks good, right? Nope. All right, where is it? Let's do that one. Okay, so I hit Control and then clicked on it so that each one of them opened up in a separate browser. right? So I'm going to download. You can select what size you want. Okay, so I'm going to select like a 64 by 64. And it downloads it. Go to the next one. Select 64 by 64. And then Twitter, 64 by 64. Okay, so then what I would do is go into my downloads, get those icons. Bring them back to my folder that I'm working in. And then drop them in here. Okay, and rename them, obviously. So YouTube. Okay, and so what Jeff already did was in this image folder, he created a folder called social media. So he gets very organized in his file structures. Okay, so I'm just going to go use those because they're already here, but I wanted to show you how to get there and how to put them, where you can find some, and what to do with them after you found them. Okay? Everybody good with that? Icon finder? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go, let's see, back to, and drop in the anchor tags for all of these. Okay, so right now we're not going to have them go to their places. We're just going to have it go nowhere. Okay. Okay, so now what do I do? Where's the folders?
Social media.
Image, then social media, then Facebook, PNG, Twitter, and then YouTube. Oh. WG. Oh. Why can't there be a compiler for HTML? Right? Okay, now we got our images, we have our, are we getting closer? I mean, yeah, it's not it's not flowing the way it is, but hey, we've got our logo, our subcategory, we've got our images here, our search bar. Okay, now we're going to throw in our menu. Okay, so are we done with the header? Until we start styling, right? We have everything that was needed. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my navigation. So how do I make my navigation look the way I want it to? Take a lot of this, right? And we had, let's see, we had home. Just gonna make them go nowhere for now, but it's just a placeholder. Huh? AK nothing. That's right. Okay, so this nav, I'm going to actually call it, give it a name of main nav, since I have two. Okay. And then we need 8 of these. Okay, so we have home, and then we have 25 plus video categories. Okay, so if you wonder where I'm getting all this, it is from the image that they sent us. Okay, and then profile, ask a mentor. And then modify membership, contact. And then what's the last one? Admin and log out. Okay. Okay. So we're getting there, right? So we have our header information. We've got our nav bar. Now we need to look at our sub nav bar. But we're going to call this second one breadcrumbs. Okay. Anybody know where that comes from?
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. Exactly. So this is what this is telling us is I'm at Double Decker right now, but I came from A-List Secrets that I came from video categories. Okay, so this is just a breadcrumb of where I've been on this site. So we want to keep track of that. All right, so then the second nav, we're going to call it breadcrumbs. And then inside there, we're actually going to do some more anchor tags. And this would also be a PHP thing. It'll tell you, or JavaScript, where you've been, and you'd replace these. But just for now, this is how we're going to do it. Okay? Video categories. Oh yeah. What's in between here? Can y'all see that? Oops. We've got two. Yeah, we got two greater than symbols in between each one. Okay, so we need to put those in. Now we could just do that, but what does that do to us? Any ideas? What? You haven't tried that one. Okay, well it's a tag indicator, so it would throw us, it wouldn't work. All right. So what we're gonna do is go look at let's see, HTML, ASCII codes. Okay, so I'm going to look at my HTML ASCII codes. All right. And I'm going to just scroll down until I find the greater than symbol. So I can use this and drop it in here. I'm going to do 2 of them because I want 2. And then I'll do, yeah, it's at pound 62. Okay, but also I can do this one at GT, greater than. Okay, so I'm going to do that one between the next one. And this needs to say a list secrets. And this says double decker. Okay, so either one works. You can do the HTML number or just the name itself. Okay, so now if I refresh, now I've got my nav bar and my breadcrumbs. So again, I'm getting closer to what was given to us. We have this done, we have this done, and this done. So what do I do to get a video? I'm gonna go get a link, okay? So let's just go out to YouTube and search for what? Want to make sure it's clean, so watch what I search for, right? Happy sounds good. Okay, so now how do I get the link for this? I can right click on it. After, yeah, let's skip the ad. Oh, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to copy the URL or copy the embed code. I want the embed code, right? Okay, and then I'm just going to come over here to my main and drop in my embed code. Okay, so if I refresh my page, now I've got the header, my menu, my breadcrumbs, and my video. Okay, and then what do I need? I need a div for all of these, right? I need a placeholder for 5 videos that were going to come in. Okay, so this is in our section. And in here, what are we going to have? Well, let's name this first. Class is related videos. Okay, looking at this, what do we need? If this is one big div, what do we need? I'm sorry? A class? Well, I just named it related videos. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to use PHP, so we're just going to put in some placeholders. Okay, but what here I've got what?
H1 or H3.
Let's do an H3. Yep. Called related videos. And then we are going to put in 5 images, right? So we have a div. And an H, okay, so what do I use if I wanted to just put in a placeholder?
Billy Murphy.
Billy Murphy.
Bill Murphy.
HTTP, and it's not secured. PhilMurray.com. And we're going to make it 125, 125. Close my anchor. Now, if we look at this, you notice I've got titles under each one of these. Okay, so I'm just going to put a title in here too. Okay. See if we got what we think we need. There we go. Okay. Do you agree we have all the content that was given to us, with the exception of this comment box?
We have them search, right? The search box at the top.
Right here. Okay, we will get to, probably not today, but this is a glyphicon, this image right here. It's called a glyphicon, and we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Okay? Okay, so I think we have most of our HTML done, right? So, what time might start? About 5 after? Probably. So I've created my web page, 50 lines of code, and it's probably going to stay 50 lines of code. Took me 30 minutes. Jeff can do it in 20, okay, but I'm slow, right? So, I mean, you're going to get faster and faster on building these web pages, but we just took a web page, built a web page from an image in 30 minutes, 35 maybe, okay? Now we're going to start styling, all right? So, basically what you're going to do is you want to start. You don't want to try to style the whole thing all at the same time, right? So let's start with our header. Let's try to get it looking a little bit like this. first. Okay, so we're going to, let's see. What's the best way of looking at divs? Trying to figure out where they are and what's going on. We don't know what's happening with them. What do we do?
Border picture.
Draw a border around it. Draw a picture. Okay. Let's do. Header, div, border. Okay, so now I have a thick, notice it gets a little thicker as we go down. Okay, but why is this happening? Any ideas?
There's multiple bits.
They're not on
But-
the same one.
They're not on the same line. There's multiple divs, but we want them to be next to each other. How do we do that?
Float.
Float.
Float left.
Yes. Let's float left. Well, that's not exactly what we wanted.
We just target the header and have float left. Oh wait, no, you did that. You didn't float. Ooh, I don't float stuff. It never works.
Never do that.
Screws everything up.
What if I div? Yeah, we don't need to do that either. All right, I'll get there. Hang on. Forget that for a second. Let's go back and actually color. We want to put the background color on this. Okay, I don't have the image for the diamond plate. You know, what is that called? Isn't it called diamond? Something like that. Okay, but I'm going to do a gray background instead. All right, so I don't remember the name of it, so background gray. Well, that was easy. BG gray. Okay, so now we've got it to the background gray. Let's do target our main div, main wrap. And make it a width of 1200 pixels and background color white. The margin of 20 pixels and auto. What's that going to do for me?
It's gonna center it.
I'm going to center it all and put a background of white on it of my main div. Okay, so basically we're getting to, this is the gray, and we want to make all of this white. Okay, so right now, it's all gray. We're going to shrink it and put some white background on it. let's take that down to 1,000 or 1,000 pixels. Okay, a little better. Okay, for if you were on a job, they would tell you the exact dimensions they want. Okay, you'd have a lot more specifics on that. Okay, so let's target the header, which I just did. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to float left. But then I also need to do what on all my navs? We're going to clear both. So we're going to clear the floats on our navs.
Does that clear everything like from the float down?
Yeah. Okay. That's strange that it flipped it.
You float right. Well, you've got an extra box in there. What's up with that? That's gonna reverse the order.
There we go. An extra box? You mean right here?
That's your search bar. We got
Yeah, it's my search bar.
some.
So-
placeholder in there.
Yeah, yeah. So there's still some things we need to clear up on this, right? Like this area in particular. So let's put a border on. Just the header. Not the div itself, but the header. Okay, so I'm going to do a border, 2 pixel, solid. What's a good color contrast with orange?
Black.
Black, okay. Kind of hard to see with that gray though. Let's see if we do. Okay, so there's our border up here. So what's happening? What else should I do on this? Overflow.
The same thing.
Hidden. Okay, then that brings in the whole header right here. So now our red is all the way around. Okay, so I did an overflow hidden instead of allowing it to overflow.
Do we have any idea why that happened?
What?
The overflow? Like, what is it?
There's nothing in the header, so there's not a placeholder. Like you were saying, there's not a placeholder in this header. So it just automatically squishes if there's nothing there. Good? Okay. So how can I stack these on top of my search?
Put them all in the same div.
Put them all in the same div, okay. So, we need to clear the float on the extras divs also. Okay, so I'm gonna do nav and then do div.extras. Can I do that?
No. Gotta put comma. Yes.
I didn't work. Oh, didn't, what did I name it? I did name it extras. Not extras. Oh. Okay, so that's not quite working, but what if we cleared the div inside the div.extras? Okay, so I have a div here of extras, but then I have divs inside this div, right? So let's see if, okay. Okay, so what do you think about these? My icons. They're too big. Okay, so let's see. What could we do? Any ideas?
Make them bigger.
Make them bigger? Make them smaller? Okay, we'll get there. Let's just leave it for now, okay? Because this isn't quite what we want, but we'll come back to the header on Wednesday. That way, I'll give you some stuff. What? You don't like that idea? I wanted to get the rest of this done. We only have about 25 more minutes.
Okay.
So I want to get more of this done before we start messing with this more. Okay. So now we're going to move into what? The menu. I'm going to do menu stuff. Okay, and then call this header stuff. Real technical term. Okay, so in our menu, we're going to, what do we need to do to make the menu go horizontal instead of vertical?
Inline block.
Inline block on what?
On the ULLI and the LI.
Nav, UL, LI. Display, inline block. Okay. Now we got them going across. Let's change this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put in a nav menu dot nav. Is that what I called it? Main nav. And the ULs inside that, we're going to put a background color on. Put a little bit of padding on it, 14 pixel, and a margin, 20 to 15 pixels.
So I have a random question.
Okay?
I have just like a random 40 pixels of padding on the left of my UL. And I have no idea where you're coming from. But everything's shifted over 40 pixels.
Up here,
Right next to home. It's like I just got everything's moved over, and like I was inspecting the page and just got random 40 pixels of padding on just the left. And I have no idea where it came from.
I don't know either.
Did you put it?
Did you put it there?
Hacked in my computer. Dropped it.
Did you, huh. Well, there should be a little bit. I mean, how do you know it's 40?
I was inspecting the page.
Oh, it says it's 40?
No margin, no border, 40 pixels of padding on the left. Don't worry. Figure it out later.
Padding inline start is 40 pixels.
That's probably 40 though.
That was just, and I didn't put that in. Is that what you were looking at? No?
No.
Okay. So let's change these up a little bit, right? So what does our image look like?
No text.
There's what?
No text decoration.
No text decoration for sure. Okay, so we need to, let's do nav. Main, nav. Actually, let's do the UL, li, anchor, color white, launch family, Tahoma, font size of, I think 20 pixels. 15 pixels. No. Pixels, 8 pixels. And then we'll take our text decoration off. Oops. We good with that? Beautiful. Not sure it's that. Okay, but see how we're doing just kind of one line at a time? This will take a little longer. That's why we're going to come back to it. Okay. So then now we're going to look at breadcrumbs. And we're going to say nav breadcrumbs. And put a padding on it. Let's do a margin bottom. Let's see what we're looking like. Okay, so that's giving us a little bit more space, right? Actually, double decker, I need to change because it shouldn't be an anchor tag. It should just be double decker. There we go. Okay, so I took out the anchor tag href in front of the double decker. Okay, should we increase the font size at all on these? Am I good with it the way it is? Yeah,
What you think?
I don't know. I'm good either way. Okay, so now the video might be too big, might be too little, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Should be centered first.
Yeah, let's go ahead and center it for sure. Okay. So what's this area? Is that the section? No, that's main area, isn't it? How do I center it?
Zero auto.
I could do it with margins, maybe. Let me try that. There's another way. Zero auto. No. Actually, yeah. Any other ideas on how to center?
Text to them?
Text. Okay. So you're kind of getting there, right? And then the next thing is section stuff. Okay, another thing you could do is if your image is if your video is too big, I mean, let's look at this one compared to ours. Yeah, it's fair. Okay, used to, and maybe they brought it back, so we'll find out. I go to share and embed. Yeah, they've taken it out.
Yeah, you can just change the size of the iframe, right?
Yes, but to do that, you need to make sure you're keeping it within the same proportion. Okay, so what we would do is basically you'd have to come in here, calculate the proportion, and you do that by taking your height divided by your width. Okay, so that's 0.5628, we'll say. And then say I wanted to decrease this to 650. No, let's do 600. Okay, so then what I would do is take the 600, Actually, we'll just do this, times 600. And that's my width. So I drop this to 337.
With width and height, can you do percentage or
No,
no?
I don't think so. Okay, so then if we jump back over here and look at our image, the proportions stayed pretty, and I like that size a lot better, don't you? Seems a little bit more wide, similar to this one. I'm sorry?
If we just change the height and width without calculating, just guessing.
Then you just have to sit there and play until it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could come in here and go, 625 and 350.
It's 6,000.
Oh, I did it 6,000. Oh, yeah, I did. It's funny. It's like, wow, that was really out skewed. There we go. I mean, if you notice, if it's not the right proportion, it kind of gets grainy too. It's really weird. Okay, so that was 637, right? Oops. Okay. Okay, lastly, before we quit for the day, how do I make these go across?
Display line block, that doesn't work, no.
That doesn't work? You already tried it?
No, I'm just wondering.
Float left on the divs in the
Well,
section.
same and then first.
On the, what was the section name? Or the
Sections, if you do divs in the section, float left.
section? Oops.
You have to target the divs themselves. And overflow on your section. Yeah.
And then what? Take off
You have
the,
to hide the overflow in section.
okay. We need to get some spacing in between them. How do we do that? Margin, padding.
Padding works.
Padding works. What if I did this as display flex?
You can frame around each one with the same color of the background. So you give it space.
Put a frame around it.
Same color of the background.
Okay, so if I did a display flex, it did the paragraph too, right?
How about if we justify the content?
I'm sorry?
How about if we justify the content and it's this amount?
Okay, what if I could just put a div around the images, right? And target, and then what would I target in my CSS?
So we need a class for that?
We could. Call it thumb wrap. Those are thumbnails. And then over here, I can look at section dot thumb wrap. Oh, come on. It's div. It's a div thumb wrap, not. There we go. So let's change the H3 up a little bit, real quick. Let's do a larger font. And stay with the same font family that we've been doing. And let's put a border top. Okay, so what is this border top gonna do?
Give it space between the video and the.
Okay, but I've basically, if you look at this picture, no, not that one. Oh. So instead of having two boxes here, we're going to just make a line going across. Okay, so that's what the border top is going to do for us. It's going to drop a line across the top. And it broke again. What happened? Oh, there you go. All right. So, how do I put space in between each one of these Phil Murrays? Okay, how do I get some spacing in there? Padding? Or what would I do if I did padding?
I mean, you got it in flex, you can't do.
Yeah, if I've got it in flex, what can I do?
Justify thing?
Justify content.
Huh?
And what are we going to do? Don't remember this? Space around. Because we're using flex, we can do space around. Okay, but that's a little too much, so we can actually change this and say width of, say, 65% maybe? Okay, and then how do I get it to center? Maybe do 70%.
What is the width, 70% in?
It puts the spacing right here, the space around. And then how do I center?
0 out.
0 auto, or we could do, well, let's just see what 0 auto does for us.
Mine's center. Oh, I use 0 out.
Okay. Cool. And 2 minutes to spare. Okay, so we're closer, if I shrink this down. Does this look similar to this?
Yeah, you can probably turn that into your boss.
Yeah, not sure that would fly, but I mean, we're getting there. The header isn't done yet, but everything else is pretty darn close, don't you think? So now you could probably go make a web page from a photo for a customer, right? In an hour and 20 minutes.
Maybe like 4 hours.
Right? Now, the customer may not have all the content yet, right? They may be making videos right now, but they want to see, so we have placeholders for all kinds of things. And we just drop in what they give us after the fact. Okay, but Wednesday we'll spend more time on styling. So again, we go back to the mantra of 1 hour of HTML is how many hours of CSS? 10, right? So it took us 30 minutes to create the page, and it's taken us 50 minutes, 40 minutes to 45 minutes to style it this way. And we're not done. All right? So we'll see you Wednesday, and we'll finish up. And hopefully even start a little bit of JavaScript on Wednesday. Start coding.
Do we still have that homeworks next?
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, we have everything on this Saturday, right?
pretty much. There's a lot.
It's like happy
Yeah.
birthday program.
Yeah, I mean, there's, oh, is
I
it?
think 2 or 3 are by JavaScript.
Oh, I better check that. You're right. I think they are.
So that's why we're just wondering.
No, I'll change the JavaScript. Needs to be on a different day. It'll have to be the following weekend. All right? Thank you.
I'll turn it to seven.
Okay, you head to the tech center and see if they can help you, or the help desk?
Yeah, we can go that.
I'll ask, I'm gonna head down to my office and I'll ask a couple of the professors down there of how to get Visual Studio to work too.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's a, if it's a setting, it's real quick.
I think it's assuming it's a setting.
I'm sure it is a setting somewhere, but,
Honestly, Plasma
yeah,
is doing more.
okay?
It's so weird.
Yeah, I'll ask and email you if they have a quick answer.
Oh, okay. If
Okay.
I got it, then I'll let you know.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, thanks.
Thank you.
It has a life, no, it has a life.
Bye.
But it has a shelf life, so
Yeah,
they can
definitely.
only use so much of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plasma, that's why they pay for plasma. Like during, like, there's like it's, so blood drives are super important when there's like any sort of massacre or anything, like when there's a lot of people that lost a lot of blood and the hospitals are overwhelmed, but plasma they actually use to make medication and stuff and
Science.
that's why, well, that's why they actually pay you to donate plasma, because they actually need it and they can charge a lot more. Plasma.
Yeah. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna go to my classroom today. Can you open that up and then I'll submit the,
Yes, which one was it? The midterm, right?
the pizza one.
Huh?
The pizza,
Oh, it was the pizza?
one of my secrets.
Finish the pizza parlor?
Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, you're good till midnight.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. See you, Chris.
What are you doing? Where's your class?
I just left.
Oh,
It's
how's it
over.
going?
Good. You? That well,
What
huh?
class is this?
HTML.
Oh, good.
Yeah. What the heck happened?